and solve this problem on your own, and then press play when you've done solving it, and that way we can check to see if you're doing it correctly. All right, let's go ahead here. I see that we have a y equals here, so I'm going to box in what y is equal to, and then I'm also going to box in the y in the second equation. So then I'm going to take this equation right here, and I'm going to go ahead and replace or substitute in what y is equal to in for the y. So I got 2 times y, and y is equal to 2x minus 10, and that is equal to x minus 8. So then I can bomb out and get 4x minus 20 equal to x minus 8. Then we can subtract x from both sides. Remember, the reason why we're subtracting x is because x is originally positive, which gives us 3x minus 20 equals negative 8. Then we can add 20 to both sides, which will give us 3x equal to 12. Divide both sides by 3, which gives us x equals 4. Then we can take our x equal to 4, we can put it back into this equation, which means that y is equal to 2 times 4 minus 10. 2 times 4 is 8 minus 10, y is equal to negative 2, which means that our ordered pair solution is going to be 4, negative 2. Now if you go back in and check, I'm not going to write down the check, but we're going to verbally check it. We know that if we put in negative 2 here, we put 4 in, 4 times 2 is 8, 8 minus 10 is negative 2. In the second equation, if we take 2 times negative 2, that's negative 4. And then on the other side, if we take your x value of 4, 4 minus 8 does in fact equal negative 4. So everything does check out. Next type of problem that we need to deal with is word problems. Now, word problems make it a little bit more challenging, primarily because you actually have to come up with your equations first. So the sum of 2 numbers is 18, and one number is twice the other. What are the 2 numbers? Step 1 is going to be to look for those key words. Now, if I think about it, in my keywords, I see sum of 2 numbers, and I see twice the other. So I know that I'm going to have an x and a y. And I know that the sum, which now we're going to be getting into writing our 2 equations. It says the sum, and I know sum means addition, so I know if I take my x and my y, it's going to be equal to 18. Now, it says one number is twice the other. So that's what makes it really nice here, in that it doesn't really matter whether we're talking x or y. Now, I like to say that x is equal to twice the other number, so x is equal to 2y. Now, when I look at this problem, now what I see is that we have an x solved for, so I'm boxing in the 2y, and then I'm also boxing in x because that's what is also equal. Because our next step is going to be to solve the system and check our work. So now, in place of x, I'm going to put 2y, so I get 2y plus y is equal to 18. 2y plus y is 3y, 3y equal to 18. Divide both by 3, and we get y is equal to 6. So then I go back in and I put that 6 in, so I know that x plus 6 is equal to 18. I can subtract 6, and I get x is equal to 12. So that tells me that my ordered pair is going to be 12, 6. So now if I check my work and put them in, 6 plus 12 does in fact equal 18. And if I take 6 times 2 I do get 12. Moving on to the next word problem that we've got. The length of a rectangle is twice the width, and the perimeter is 30 centimeters. What are the dimensions of the rectangle? Well, let's start by drawing a picture. So we have this rectangle where we have our width and we have our length. And I know that perimeter is equal to 2 times the length plus 2 times the width, because it's width plus length plus width plus length. So I know that the perimeter is 30, so I know that 2 times the length plus 2 times the width is equal to 30. So I've got one of my equations. Now, when we say that this is where it gets a little tricky. If we say the length of a rectangle is twice the width, that is what we mean is the length is longer. So that means that you have to literally follow that it says twice the width, and so we have to say that length is equal to twice the width. And that's how we get our second equation. So now I'm going to box in that, because the length is solved for, so that's 2w, and I'm going to box in the L. Now when I go about solving this, we're going to have here that 2 times the length, which is twice the width, plus twice the width is equal to 30. So we distribute and multiply this in, so that gives me 4w plus 2w is equal to 30. Well, 4w plus 2w is 6w equal to 30, divided by 6, giving me w is equal to 5. So now I'm going to put this back in the original equation. We get that the length is equal to twice the width, which is 5. 2 times 5 does equal 10, giving me a length of 10. So we have here my two solutions. And this is, you wouldn't put this in an ordered pair just because we're not really talking about ordered pairs of x and y. So now what I need you to do, besides check that problem, is to go ahead and complete these two you try it problems and bring your questions with you to class tomorrow.